Hello and welcome to Tuner Tips by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Xcentz xWingman3. This is a powerful 15,000 milliamp hour power bank with Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0 and USB Type-C PD. It utilizes three 21700 cells allowing for fast charge input and output. Yeah, this is one beast of a freaking power bank. Love the packaging. It's bold X. The tech that gets you. Terminator. Let's see what we got in the back here. There's a model number, PB35011. Okay, got a little information there. Okay, pretty basic stuff there, but really cool box, liking this. Nice presentation for your power bank. Okay, looks like we got some little box in the front here. Xcentz. Let's see what's in here. I'm guessing paperwork. Let's see. Okay, looks like some operating manuals and things. Guess we can get these out of the way. Let's see what we got. Xcentz. I think I'm saying that right. Got issues? There you go. There's their support. Give them a call or email. Excuse me. There's a review there. High fives. Okay. If you're super thrilled with your Xcentz purchase, yay! That makes us happy. All right. And there you go. Do you live and breathe social media? Yeah, I do. Yeah, hey, wait, I can be an influencer. What? Yeah. All right. Yeah, you guys are like, you influenced me enough, Todderbert, damn it. Owner's Guide. It's X, but I call it Wingman3. I don't know about saying xWingman3. Doesn't sound right. So Wingman3. Little X. There you go. So yeah, 15,000 milliamp hour portable battery with PD, power delivery. That's a high output USB mode. It's pretty badass. Introducing your new BFF. All right. There you go. Kind of goes over some basics. We'll just kind of flash this real quick so we can get to the device and kind of go over those things. But here you go, in case I forget. Oh, for the techies. For the nerds in you. I love it. There's the rated capacity of the internal cells, rated capacity of the output, important, 8,800 milliamp hours realistically. That's about right. Kind of tested that. Input, I'm going to talk about input. That's pretty awesome too. It fast charges really well. PD output, there's the different outputs. I'll talk about those. Okay, there you are. And then, some safety stuff and returns and warranty. 18-month limited. Lifetime technical. All right, there we go. So let's see what else we get. Looks like we get a little box on the right. I'm guessing cables. Let's find out. I don't know if we'll need them in the review here, but we'll show them. Okay, I like that. Nice little, like I said, presentation's everything. Yeah. Let's see what they give us. A Type-C. All right, that's what it looks like. Sweet. Everybody needs these cables. These are the best thing to have hanging around when you have those high power devices. And then we have a USB-A to a Type-C. Okay, not bad. And here it is, the power bank, and it's an empty box. I'll give you a nice little protective bag here. Let's go ahead and slide it out. All right, there it is. Okay, so the front and center. Let's go over some dimensions. Good to know. We are 4¼ inches across. I'm sorry. 4¼ inches across, 3 inches wide, and 1 inch in depth. So it's got a fairly good heft to it. It's fairly large. We'll do a little size comparison here. Let's see, what do I got handy? You guys, my radio guys will like this. CC Pocket. So it's a little bit bigger than the CC Pocket. Gives you an idea. But not too bad. You could actually probably put it in the same case that a CC Pocket has. That's kind of something to think about. I didn't realize that was almost the same size. Awesome. Next, I always like to bring out the CC Skywave. Okay, smaller than the CC Skywave. Again, the reason why I feature power banks is for the radio guys who want to recharge their radios on the go, and for the flashlight guys who also want to recharge their flashlights on the go. You're out in the woods and you need some extra power, you'll have it right here. Okay, and then next we have a deck of cards. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He needs a power bank in the can. Yeah, I'm silly, but you know what? That's me. So there you go. Okay. So let's talk about features of the Xcentz xWingman3. 3, I'm guessing, is the 3 internal 21700 cells. Pretty impressed by that. Each cell represents 5,000 milliamp hours, giving us that 15,000 milliamp hour rated internal capacity at 3.7 volts. If you're able to drill into this and tap into that, that'd be amazing. Maybe in the future I can do that. I don't know if I want to really destroy a nice power bank. I'm thinking about custom building one where I can tap off the 3.7 volt line, because we have a lot of radios that can run natively off of that. And yes, I've modified a few radios that can do that. So let's go ahead. Features. Left-hand side, we have a power switch. If we press it once, it activates the state of charge. You can see 4 blue LEDs, of course, each representing 25%. Of course, they'll be flashing as you're charging, and of course, discharging when you're charging other items. If you press and hold this, I don't want to do it now, but if you press and hold this, and you have it hooked up to a really low power device like a Bluetooth headset, this goes into Trickle Charge mode, where you can charge devices like at less than 50 milliamp hours. It's important. Oh, did I say 50 milliamp? Yeah, 50 milliamp hours, not 500. 50. So a really small amount. Less than 1/10 of an amp. You can do that with this. Nice. We got a nice little X there. This side here, this is all like smooth plastic, real nice. It's no sharp edges, which I like. Let's see the port side. Okay, so the important parts here. We have an Xpower, QC, and PD. Most of you guys probably recognize some of that. The Xpower port, that guy there, he delivers, see, do I have that written down? I should. 5 volts at 3 amp output. I hook up my iPad to this. My iPad pulls about 1.5 amps, and that's off its normal charger and this charger. So I tested it with this little cheapy USB thing, and maybe I'll show it to you later, but worked really well. The QC, this output's pretty amazing. This is for the guys who have Qualcomm phones, like Samsung. This can output 5 volts at 3 amps, 9 volts at 2 amps, and 12 volts at 1.5 amps. Rockin'. I like that. This is important too, this power delivery port, your Type-C. This USB Type-C port provides an input of 5 volts at 3 amps or 9 volts at 2 amps. Yes, I hooked up this little bad boy, my X-Star. This is a Qualcomm Quick Charge 3.0. And this has the ability to charge devices. I don't know what's written on there. Thought it was written on there. Anyway, this has, here we go. Keep flipping around the wrong side. So get that into focus. But it's pretty tiny writing. There you go. So this can output the same 9 volts at 2 amps and 12 volts 1.5 amps. So this takes an input of 9 volts at 2 amps. So this can use the whole 18 watts that this provides. And this does. I used my little meter and it was charging at 2 amps at 9 volts. It charged fast. Things get a little warm on this part, but here, not too bad. Just a little warmth right here. It didn't get too hot or anything to worry about when you were fast charging it. Awesome. So yeah, we covered the ports there. The PD port is an input and an output. Don't know if I covered that. The input was at 5 volts, 3 amps, 9 volts, 2 amps. Output is the 5 volts, 3 amps, 9 volts, 2 amps, and 12 volts at 1.5 amps. Yeah. Rated capacity, they say is 8800 at 5 volts, running at 3 amps. It's pretty awesome. It's about 44 watt hours, give or take. Of course, depending on the device you're charging, type of cable you're using, a lot of that can change a little bit depending on what you're doing. But if you're doing slower charge rates, like you're not doing 3 amps, you're doing 1 amp or half amp. I notice when I charge my D808 right here, which we're going to hook up in a second, it's a half amp. And I'll show that to you with the little display. Yeah, pretty cool. Keep it off to the side there. And I'll show you to you in a moment. It will do a couple devices at once, but normally I would say recommend just one device at a time and keep it simple. Also, they do recommend charging this when you're fast charging it, not to be charging anything. A lot of people want to be charging and fast charging at the same time. They don't recommend it. So I didn't want to go against the rules, so I did not test that part of it, but I'm going to go with what they say. Charge it, but don't charge other things while you're fast charging the unit. So what else can I talk about? So charge rate. So yeah, the fun thing about this is really good for guys who have radios like me and also have smartphones and tablets and are on the go. and they want to have everything at their fingertips. So this bad boy will charge your iPhone 11 about 3 times, maybe a little less depending. The battery on, I think, an iPhone is 3100 milliamp hours, and the iPhone, I think XS was about 2600 to give you an idea. So this can do about 3 times. The Samsung Galaxy S10, they say this charges at 3.5 times, and an iPad Pro about once. And that's about right. It'll do my iPad about once also. That's not bad because the iPad runs a long time on that big battery. I think the iPad battery is about 8800 or 8100, and the Pro might be a little bit bigger, like 9100. So that gives you an idea. But yeah, going on and on. Let's go show you some numbers. I think there's some numbers on this thing. And we'll hook it up and show you. Let's get that into focus. It's really tiny. Can you see that? Can you zoom it in? All right. As you can see, it shows everything I just listed off. It's the standard 3-port output, 5 volts at 3.6 amps. So I guess if you're using all 3, that's the max you're going to be able to draw through all 3 ports. So this can provide 3.6 amps total output. Not bad. Okay. Big thing is, designed in California. Sweet setup. The big thing is 3 21700 cells. I do love that. I know a lot of power banks have multiple 18650s. I'm really liking the 21700s being, it makes it more compact. Oh yeah, size comparison. I didn't bring out this guy. Here's another size comparator right here. This is a little mini one I just reviewed. This is a 2 21700 cell. And you can see the difference. Pretty much just a 1 cell thickness difference. I think they're about the same width. Maybe this is just a little thinner. But this little guy does not quite have the impact that this has with the fast charging. This has that nice 3 amp output. This is, I think, only 2 amp output. And it has a flashlight. But yeah, for the price, this is $39.99 on Amazon. I'll put links below for it. Definitely worth it when you want to fast charge something quick. So let's give you an idea how this works. I got my little adapter here. This thing's kind of wonky. I got a better one coming in the mail. So I'll be doing more power banks because I really like these. I know you guys do too. So here we go. Let's see if it'll come up on my display upside down. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll find some cables here. We'll plug in my radios and we'll show you how that works there. So let's find something we got here. Got cables all over the table. Here's one. Super long. There's never a short cable when you want one. The shorter the cable, the better. Something to keep in mind. I'm plugging this in while I'm talking to you. I'm going to try to get this on camera. This is the, here we go. This will be the D808. I'm going to run this micro cable into the radio and keep that thing from turning. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to get a better setup for that USB meter. Let's see what we got here. Okay, I should be displaying. Turn this on. There we go. Okay, so right now we're charging at 5 volts at a 0.5 amp on our XH data. As you can see, the battery icon is advancing. This has an 18650 in it and a 2000 milliamp hour rated cell. And this power bank has no trouble charging it. I noticed that the radio pretty much follows the suit right around a 0.5 amp. Depending on the cable, that number might go a little higher. But there you go, pretty simple setup. Let's see what else. I don't know my radio out. Let's go plug that in. Simple radio again. This is the radio out. It has one of those BL5C batteries. We'll just unplug this guy. It should go to 0. There you go. Then we'll plug this in. And the cool thing is it gives you a lapsed milliamp hour capacity that's been charged. Okay, so this one's outputting about the same to the radio. You can see that. Go charging the device up. And of course these lights stay on while it's charging. And of course I could plug in another device. Let's do that just to show you can do multiple devices. Because we'll be like, dude, does it do multiple? Yes, it will. Just gotta hook it up on camera here. Okay, let's get this guy flipped around. And there's another micro. We're gonna plug this now. I only got the 1 meter, but I'll plug this into the XH data, give you an idea. All right, so we got that guy charging, and then we got this one charging here. So there you go. This changed a little bit, but that tends to do that when you're messing around with the settings. But yeah, There it goes, all rocking. So you can have your setup when you're on the road. You can be charging your flashlights, your radios. You got massive capacity here on one charge, amazing. You can get one of those fold-out solar panels with a USB inverter and charge, like those 4-cell panels. Those are really nice, and you could be off the grid and be charging this. This will get you through quite a bit. A lot of light power here if you were to charge flashlights with it, and of course your radios. You could, I have numbers written down. You could charge the D808, this guy here, about 4.5 times. You could charge the R108 about 9 times with this battery. And you could charge, say, your CC Skywave right here about 3.5 times. So that's pretty awesome because this runs about 70 hours on 2 AA nickel metal hydrides. So there it is. So let's go ahead, disconnect, do some final thoughts on the Xcentz xWingman3. Like I said, I'm going to get some better monitoring gauges so we can show you some better stats there. But overall, it's amazing. I'm wondering, we can do one more thing. I'm going to show you this. This is pretty awesome. We got the charge cable. Let's go ahead and charge it up. See if this is long enough. And show you possibly the capacity. Let's see what's going to happen here. Let's get this. Plug this in here. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and, wrong one. We're going to use this one. So we're not doing Type-C, Type-C. I only have a USB-A to Type-C. That's what this Qualcomm is. And this power jive. Let's hook it up. And let's see what we got here. We got not enough cable, it looks like, but we'll go ahead and do it anyway. So this would go here. And this would plug into my meter. Here we go. And then we plug this into a outlet. Now that outlet is off camera, so give me 1 second. Okay, moving some things around. I brought my outlet strip a little closer to me. I'm going to plug in the charger here. And we'll see if we can get this on camera. Charging. Okay, let me bring this power supply in a little bit more. Here we go. So there it is. The meter showing this charging at 9 volts at 1.5 amps. When it's really dead, it'll charge at 2 amps. Since it's full, it's going to get lower and lower here. So that gives you an idea. You can see that it is fast charging at the 18 watt rate. Pretty amazing. Loving it. All right, let's do final thoughts. Unplug that. Move that out of the way. That's fun. Big monster thing. All right, so the Xcentz xWingman3 is it worth $40. It's a premium charger. There's a lot of these out there. I didn't know which one to get. I researched and looked around, and I saw this one here because they had the 21700s. I mean, that's just a big deal to me. Those are great batteries. And there's 3 of them, so it makes it compact. I like the idea of the high power capacity there. If I want to charge my iPad up quick, I can do it. I could charge an iPhone up really fast. That's what I wanted. And then, of course, you can trickle charge those smaller devices, which is also a good thing. So overall, at $40, it represents a solid buy. You're going to be using this for quite a long time. I see it lasting for I don't know how many cycles, probably 400, 500 cycles without noticing any dip in performance. That's a lot of time. There'll be better units by the time you wear this out. I'd say it'd take you 5 years or so. So imagine in 5 years, technology will have definitely increased. So there you are, the Xcentz xWingman3, a buy from Todderbert. Yes, definitely. If you enjoyed this video, give me a big like. You guys are awesome. I enjoyed featuring power banks. I'm going to feature more. There's smaller ones with single cells, dual cells, quadruple cells. There's some monster-sized ones. There's ones with inverters in them. Yeah, some of those get really expensive. So I don't know how big we're going to go, but I think I'm going to keep it kind of practical. Like this, maybe this size or just slightly bigger, and that's about it because I don't want something bigger than my radios. So bigger than a Skywave, I might be thinking about that. If I want one bigger than the Skywave, I don't know. But being about the same size is pretty awesome. Alrighty. We went on and on, but this is great. Great little product. Of course, subscribe and hit the bell icon if you're new to my channel and you enjoy these power bank little episodes on tuner tips. And of course, 3, comment below what you think about the Xcentz xWingman3 with its 15,000 milliamp hour capacity. It's rated at 8800, 5 volts at 3 amps. It's pretty amazing. They put that on there. They don't hide the fact that you do get reduced capacity. You know, it's a nice thing. They're being truthful, and that's what matters. Let me know. All right, guys, take care, and we'll see you in the next video.